beautiful people of the internet, it's me, Caitlin Marie. So 2 things before I actually start this video. I know my hair's a mess. I say this in every video, but we're just gonna ignore it. The second one, this story time is not going to be a very happy, positive story time video. So like I've said in the past, if you're looking for a more happy, positive video, this is not the one to watch. However, I do want to put this out on my channel because I feel like it is a very important subject. This is something that did happen in my life and I feel like I should share it with you guys. So let's just go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to be telling you guys the time that my school went on lockdown. This story takes place 3 years ago in my junior year of high school, February 4th, 2016, so exactly 3 years ago to today. So I was in my 5th block class, which is the last class of the day before we get to go home. And when the bell rang, my friend came to meet me at my class and we were going to walk down to our locker rooms to get our bags. And we kept like our drill team bags there throughout the day, so we always went to the locker room at the end of the day and then we went to the bus lane to wait for our buses. The way we had to go to our locker room, we had to go downstairs through the cafeteria and then into the gym, and then we had to walk all the way through the gym, and then on the outside of the gym, it's basically this hallway, and then there's a dance room, and then there's like sport locker rooms like volleyball, basketball, all throughout this long hallway. And then over on this side, it was the dance, cheerleading, and drill team locker room. So how it was built was, it was this main big locker room, and then when you go inside, there's like miniature locker room. So me and my friend were walking through the gym and we get about like 3/4 of the way into the gym, and I believe it was the volleyball coach or like the basketball coach or something. She comes in through the gym doors and she goes, "Come on girls, hurry up, come on, come on." We kind of ignored what she said because we just thought that she thought we were part of like the volleyball or basketball team and she wanted us to like hurry up and get back to the locker rooms for like a meeting or something. So we just kind of ignored what she said and just kept walking to the locker rooms. And then about like a minute later, our drill team coach comes in and finds us and she's like, "Hurry up, get in the locker room, the school's on lockdown." And I was like, "What do you mean it's on lockdown? It's the end of the day. Why are we having a drill at the end of the day?" Because before this situation, I had never been in any real event such as like a lockdown or like a real fire or like a real anything. So I had just assumed it was a drill, and I was like, why is there a drill at the end of the day, you know? And she's like, "It's not a drill, it's not a drill. Get into the locker room, lock the doors, hurry up." We get into like the main locker room and then we get into a drill team locker room, and there's already a few girls in there waiting as well because they were getting their bags as well. And there was a girl from like the basketball team because she was hanging out with some of the girls from drill team as well. So our drill team coach comes in and she's like, "The school is on lockdown. We don't know exactly what's happening, but we just need to take shelter, stay silent, stay clear, you know, stay alert and whatever." So she leaves and she locks the locker room door, and then she locks like the main locker room doors, and she goes into like the dance room to do whatever. I don't know why she was in there. We were all like, "What's going on? Like, what's happening? Why are we on lockdown? Does anybody know? Like, is there a shooter? What's going on?" And nobody knew what was going on. So immediately, teenage girls, you know, we go on our phones, go to Snapchat, go to Twitter, try and figure out what's going on. And some of us are texting our parents, telling them what's going on and everything. And so we're just on our phones, just kind of chilling, talking, you know, whatever. We're not really taking it as serious as we should have been because we didn't think that it was anything serious. people are posting on Snapchat, like all over the school. Apparently there's like SWAT team and like a bunch of cop cars and ambulances and fire trucks. And there was people taking videos, like people that were sitting in classrooms, they were taking videos of like the SWAT team coming in, and there was like dogs and all this kind of stuff going on. So we kind of figured that it was like an actual thing, like an actual real thing that was going on. But we still didn't know like if there was a shooter, if it was a bomb threat, like what was going on. We didn't know exactly what was going on at this point. So I'm like texting my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, like what's going on. And my brother actually went to the school that I was going to, so I believe he was locked in like a separate classroom or something. So I was texting him to make sure that he was okay, seeing if he knew what was going on. So probably like 30-40 minutes later, we heard a loud bang in the main part of the locker room. And we started freaking out, like getting all scared and everything. So we make sure the doors are locked, we turn off the lights. And some of us hid in the lockers, and some of us hid under benches that we had in our locker room. And we stayed quiet for a few minutes, and we didn't hear anything after that. We were like whispering to each other, like, what's going on? Like, what was that? Is there somebody in here? And probably like 5-10 minutes passed, nothing else happened. So we turned on the lights and we got out of the lockers and, started talking again. And probably like a few minutes later, our drill team coach comes in and she tells us they kind of know what's going on. So basically a kid that went to the school, they had used like a track phone, like a fake phone, and they called into the school saying that they were going to bomb the school. So a little bit later, the basketball girl that was in our locker room, her mom is kind of friends with the news reporters, I guess. This girl calls her mom, and then her mom gets a hold of like the news reporter people. We're just talking to this news reporter and everything, and we're all like, oh my god, this is so cool, we're gonna be on the news. So like we were kind of laughing and giggling and everything. Again, just not taking it as serious as we should have been. About probably like a few minutes after that, we hang up the phone and everything. We're probably in this locker room for another like hour after that, just kind of talking and everything. And our principal actually heard us on the news. You could tell that we were obviously like giggling, laughing, not taking this situation as serious while we were on the phone with the news. And the girl actually told the news people like where we were hiding, so if there was like a shooter or somebody like trying to harm anybody in the school, and if they were listening to the news, they would know that we were in the locker room and they would come find us. After probably like 2 hours, I want to say, being on lockdown, our principal comes over the speaker and is like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically he said that it wasn't a drill, that something serious was going on. And we had the SWAT team, police here and everything, and they found nothing, and they said they were gonna let us all go home. So we're off lockdown, and our drill team coach comes in, unlocks the door and everything, and our principal had told our drill team coach that they heard us on the news and that he was like upset and everything. So what they had to do is they took the girl's phone, because she wasn't allowed to be on the news or something. I don't really know. But they took her phone for custody because they thought that, she wasn't taking it serious, she was taking it as a joke. Maybe she was a part of it. I don't know, but they took her phone. So I got on my bus, made sure my brother was with me for sure. I had to make sure he was okay. So we got on the bus. The bus was dead silent. Like the entire ride home, the bus was dead silent. Me and my brother get home, and my mom and my dad are waiting for us at home. We walk in the door, and the first thing my mom says to me is, "Are you okay?" At that moment, I had just broken down and cried. Like I was sobbing. And so I ran over to my mom and I hugged her and my dad. At that point, I was in shock. I was scared. Something serious really could have happened. There really could have been a shooter. it just made me think that, like, I could have easily not been alive after that situation. And so I was just really thankful that I got out of it alive and that I could hug my parents. My mom cried, which made me cry even harder. If you guys are ever in a situation as like a serious lockdown, always take it seriously, because you never know what is actually going on until it's over. Just never take life for granted. Like, you just never know what could happen. You could literally die at any second. School shootings and bomb threats and all that is not a serious thing to mess around with. If you just don't play around with that ever. It's not something to take lightly. The police does not take it lightly, especially if it's with a big thing like a school with children. It's not funny. It's not gonna be funny when you're locked up for threatening a school with a bomb. Also, sorry for my voice sounding so rough. I'm getting a little sick again, so sorry about my voice. Hopefully it'll be better next week. I think that's all for this story time. If you guys want more story times, let me know. I love doing story times. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Whether you ever know, make sure to give this video a like if you liked it. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click the bell so you never miss when I post. Make sure to always stay grateful, thankful, and positive, and I will see you guys next Monday. Bye, guys.